Hey there YouTube, this is SJM4306 back with yet another review. This time we're looking at a Orico branded M.2 magnetic docking station, and this is something that'll come in real handy. I got a new cell phone. It's a S26 Ultra, and I got one of those MagSafe cases, and this is compatible with that, so this should snap on the back of the phone. And also pretty much all phones have no expandable storage, so this solves that problem as well by having a built-in 2230 M.2 memory card slot, basically. And as well as, I think this also has, flash slots, so you can stick in USB drives or SD cards. Does HDMI out, has audio out, a physical headphone jack. This literally solves like all the problems caused by modern smartphone makers removing all the features that used to be in phones. So that's really cool. I don't have any 2230 SSDs other than if I take apart my Steam Deck and pull its SSD, but I'd rather not do that. But I've heard online people are saying you can stick a 2242 in. It just won't shut quite fully, but it should be good enough for testing. But anywho, yeah, this is just a USB-C. Cord goes between this and your phone, and yeah. Ooh, they sent me the orange one. That's cool. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, it comes in silver, orange, and then dark blue. Like that bright orange color is starting to grow on me. These color choices are definitely like a reference to Apple. Their iPhone Pro, Max, whatever, comes in these exact color schemes. So that's why they designed it this way. And it is aluminum alloy, so hopefully that helps with these tiny little SSDs get real hot. So having it as a metal enclosure should help a lot with that. But anywho, let's get this open. Oh, by the way, this does do PD 100 watt pass-through. So while you're transferring data and whatnot, you can also be charging your phone. So that's really cool. Yeah, so by the way, one last thing. I don't remember the price on this. I think it was somewhere around the neighborhood of like 40 to 50. I'll put a little card down here with the actual current value as of editing. But yeah, so it's not super expensive, but you do have to bring your own SSD along for the ride. SSDs are expensive now, unfortunately, again. But yeah, I have a bunch from like random things I've taken apart and or bought already before they got super expensive. So, but anywho, let's open this guy up. It comes with a plastic tray with all the goodies. Ooh. And I think that's it. Comes with a little screwdriver, undoubtedly, to open it up. Comes with a very nice, flexible, and metal-ended USB cord. This is a really nice cord. Yeah, obviously this goes between the unit and your phone. The screwdriver is, in case you're interested, is a 3x30mm Phillips. Does come with 2 thermal shim pads and the screw. I'm guessing that's for the drive. A pretty beefy manual, which hides the magnetic ring. So I guess if your phone didn't have a MagSafe attachment thing, you would remove the adhesive and then stick this to your phone. So that's nice that they include that. And last but definitely not least, the SSD itself, which feels really nice. Wow. This is a beautiful orange color. Hopefully that's showing up on camera, but it's like super vivid. Nice laser marking for the logo. And it says Orico leading technology. It feels really nice. I like the design of this. You got your HDMI port, the screw to actually open and close this, headphone jack / mic. We have, got something rattling around inside. Hopefully it's just like a bit of plastic and not like a component knocked off. There's a small hole there, don't know, maybe a reset hole or something. Sorry, there you go. It says PC in, so I'm guessing that's to plug it into your device, in which case that'd be my phone. And then PD 100 watts, so that's for like a charger input. 10 gigabit USB-C, so I'm guessing you can plug in like a USB-C thumb drive or external hard drive. And then we got a full-size 10 gigabit Type A USB port. On this side, last but not least, we have our SD card slot, so micro and full size. That's actually quite nice. Let's open it up real quick and find out what's rattling first off. Good thing that they give you a screwdriver. That is very useful. I'm just going to set the screw down here so I don't lose it. And the whole thing is starting to open. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, it is not the thickest. This will help get the heat out of a device, but it's not going to act like long term to like retain a lot of heat to keep soaking up heat from the device. So this is probably going to get hot if the SSD inside gets hot pretty quick, and it's going to soak and sort of reach equilibrium with the atmospheric temperature. So this isn't probably going to act as like a massive heat sink, unfortunately. There was a tiny little blob of solder. There you go. Tiny little blob of solder. I guess that was really good that I opened this, because if I turned that on with that blob of solder in there, it probably would not have been happy. As you can see here, I have a 2240 512 gig SSD just sort of hanging out here. One thing, if you were going to use a larger SSD than a 2230, I would probably put some insulating tape on the bottom here so it doesn't short out against the USB port there. But with the lid on, it doesn't touch, so it works fine as long as I don't mess with this. But yeah, you can see it totally fits. It just is long enough. If it were any longer, it would not fit inside the shell and it wouldn't close properly. The only thing is the top of this, you probably should, if you want to do this long term like this, put one of the included silicone sill pads to touch the top of the lid here to transfer heat better. That's really the only suggestion I would have, but I ran it like this for like a week or two, just with this sort of flapping in the breeze, and I haven't had any issues with like disconnects or overheating or anything. So obviously your mileage may vary. This is a pretty low power drive. I pulled it from my my Loki Max, which is a handheld Windows like mini PC, gaming PC thingy. So this isn't a particularly power hungry drive, and it's not particularly super fast either. But yeah, it worked just fine this way. And if you guys are interested, I guess I'll take off the board. I don't really expect too much underneath here, but I'll do it just to show you guys. Okay, and here we are. I took out all 4 screws, and she just pops out. It's just the magnetic ring on the bottom there in the shell, and that's it. There's really not much to this. On the other side of the board, more chips. Surprise, surprise. It looks like we have a little crab here. That's probably like the main controller chip, because it is the largest chip. There is another chip here. That one obviously is for the HDMI output. This chip is clearly for the headphone output, the audio output. There's some sort of little SOT package kind of thing there. Power management probably, I'm guessing. More power regulation stuff. Just guessing here. And on this side, there's like a switching regulator, obviously, with the inductor there. There's probably another local supply needed there. And yeah, I believe these little crab chips are Realtek chips. And there's one here. I'm guessing that's for the SD card slots. That's probably like a SD, yeah, USB to SD, or vice versa. Yeah, and there's probably like an audio amp chip or something. I don't know. There's a crystal next to here, so possibly something like that. But anywho, yeah, there's a lot going on here. Huh. Yeah, this is actually, for the price, pretty good, I would say. You get a lot of hardware packed into a pretty small space. Okay, so I have the Orico here, and I do have a phone. I just got this not that long ago. It's a Samsung S26 Ultra, and I got one of these magnetic cases to it, and it does work, and it fits actually quite strongly, to the point where you can use this as a mount for the phone. However, because of the camera bump, it won't fit flat. You kind of have to use that at a weird wonky angle, or have it not sit quite flat up against the phone if you want it to be straight on. That's a bit unfortunate. That has nothing to do with Orico. That's just the design of the Samsung phone, unfortunately. Anywho, so yeah, we're going to use this for testing. Okay, it is plugged in. I have a video that I just filmed, and we're going to copy it to the drive, and let's see how fast this is. So I would say about 5 seconds for just under 2 gigs. That's not horrible. The drive itself, if you're transferring a lot of data, like up in the 10 to 20 gigabytes plus, the drive itself does get a little warm. So you might want to give it a break, only do batches of like relatively small, like a couple gigabytes at a time, because I have heard complaints. It's highly dependent on what SSD you use and how efficient it is. But if you do use like a very fast, like desktop grade M.2, there is a chance that it's going to get pretty warm. And I'll show you in a sec. The drive that I used was a 2242 drive, so a little longer than the one that they specify. This is supposed to only fit 2230 drives. So the way I have it mounted here is not super efficient. I'm just going to eject this so I can get my drive out. But yeah, so just keep in mind that if your drive pulls more current than the one that I happen to have in here, it does have a tendency to get quite hot. However, for like just varying files, like I've been using this and even editing from the drive with a computer over a Thunderbolt, I haven't really noticed, honestly. Like, it gets warm, but not worryingly warm. So I'm glad enough about that, and this is actually quite good for, I've already edited a video from my laptop on here and just I didn't transfer the files, I left the files on the drive and edited from the drive, and it worked perfectly. So not really any discernible latency from accessing from this drive, so this is like a fast controller chip that it has in here. Anywho, let me show you another use case. I'm going to actually use my phone in DeX mode with a monitor using only this dock and show you guys how that works. Okay, I figured it out. It seems to have a stable connection. You do need power going into the dock because it was working for a little bit and then it would drop the connection, and sometimes when I plugged it in it just wouldn't recognize the monitor. But as soon as I plugged in that the USB-C like phone charger into the dock, it's perfect now. Now it works. And you can see here it is charging my battery. I'm at 79%. But yeah, let's just pull up a video and we'll just play whatever. How do I do audio? Interesting. So it defaults to the speakers on the phone, but I should be able to change that, I believe. Nope. Still definitely coming through the speakers on my phone.
Hey there YouTube, this is sjm436. Sorry about the handheld name.
Yeah, I don't know how to fix that really, unfortunately.
Yes,
I guess worst case you could use Bluetooth speakers, or if you have a wired, well actually this does have a headphone jack, so yeah, you could just use a wired speaker. I don't know why it's defaulting to not using the onboard speakers on my monitor, but yeah, in terms of the video, it is working. I can just turn this down a bit so you can still hear me, and yeah, we're at 1080p. There we go. I should be able to full screen. There you go. So this could be pretty much an all-in-one dock. It is getting warmer now, I've noticed. Now that it's both charging the phone, it hooked up the SSD, and it is powering the phone and charging it as well. One other thing that we can do is check that SSD if it's accessible. I mean, it should be. Just exit out of this, go into, it should be under Files. Oh no, here we go. Okay. So this is my internal storage. This is the SSD that I have in there, the M.2. And in DCIM, we can open the file that I just transferred and just play it. And yep, just a sneak preview on an upcoming video. But anywho, yeah, so you could just stick a 1 or 2 terabyte SSD in here and just have a bunch of videos and use this as a dock. If this would be great for, like, if you're in a hotel room and they all have a TV that you can just put an HDMI input into. You can use this to just watch a bunch of movies rather than having to like pay-per-view or whatever. I don't know what kids do these days at hotels. But anywho, yeah, it's this is a dock and it does work. For the video out, as I noted, you will need apparently to plug in a cord. Your mileage may vary. It may just work, because I've noticed once or twice it does just work, but eventually kicks you off. I'm guessing it's like a power issue, like it has trouble sending power to both the monitor. I mean, it's not really powering the monitor, but doing the HDMI and also powering the phone, or vice versa, rather. The phone is powering both the dock and the connection. But anywho, yeah, just get a phone charger, plug it in, then it's stable. It works. You can use this, at least with Samsung phones. This is the DeX mode, which is their desktop kind of mode thingy. I even have, we can fire up a game of Twilight Princess here. I don't have anything plugged into it, but yeah, if you wanted to, you could totally just game on this, watch movies, everything. It is, let's close that out. It is awesome. Basically, this dock will turn your computer or your phone into a full-fledged computer. And this guy wasn't that expensive from last I remember. I think it was like 40 or 50 bucks, which isn't a lot, honestly, for like an all-in-one dock. Especially one, a lot of the cheaper ones don't have an SSD slot inside, and this one does. It does get kind of warm. It is starting to heat up now that I've been like running the internal SSD and using this for a while. But it's not that worrying, honestly. The temperature, it's probably just a little over 100 degrees, probably. And actually, as I'm touching it, my hand is cooling it down. But anywho, yeah, this is fully charging my phone. I just have a like 100 watt PD charger here. I don't think this will tell you the charging speeds, but you can see here it is charging 83% now. But yeah, anywho, huge thanks for Orico for sending this guy in for review. And yeah, if you guys are in the market for like a portable to throw into your everyday carry kit, a portable dock that has internal SSD, of course you have to add the SSD yourself, USB, HDMI, audio out, and micro and full-size SD card, this is sort of a jack of all trades dock, and it's not too expensive to boot, and I love this color. So check them out in the link below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.